Hi, I'm Michael Violette of String Sound Studios, and today we're going to talk about electric guitars, and we're going to talk about why I favor them for novices. Okay? So when you're going out to buy a guitar, our focus is going to be purchasing your first guitar today and being able to sit down and have a good feel with it. Now, one of the first reasons I like the electric guitar over an acoustic, and I am a fan of acoustics, but for novices, okay? If we take a look at the electric guitar, we'll call it the action, and you might hear this word since you're a beginner, okay? So the action is the playability of the guitar. So when we're playing the guitar, the strings on an electric are usually much lower than acoustic. So it's a lot easier to press on the frets, and these silver bars here are frets. Now the whole body is thinner and it's easier to look over. When you're using an acoustic guitar, it's very big and they're very bulky, so you have to look over them. This allows you to play upright better and the guitar is balanced better. Most of them, not all of them. Some acoustic guitars are very good. And if you are going to focus on an acoustic guitar, I would get something called like an auditorium guitar. You might want to look at a company called Mitchell. Okay, they make an auditorium guitar, and it's an acoustic guitar, and it's similar to a classical body style. We could get into that at another time when I talk about acoustic guitars. So they're not as big and bulky, and it allows you to sit in a classical style. I think they're much more versatile than acoustic guitars. Of course, you can play folk on these as well. It does a better job on acoustic guitar, okay, if that's what you're looking for. So we have various styles of guitars here. And this is a solid body, what I have right now. This is my custom-made in Clark, and it's a solid body guitar. That means there's no hollowness to it. So I have other guitars here, and this is a Gibson ES335. That would be called a semi-hollow body. Now let's talk about a little bit about the differences between that and the solid body here. If I take a look at this, here, we have F-holes in here, right? And they're hollow. So this guitar sounds good acoustically first, which is important for a good sounding guitar. So in here, it resonates really good, okay? And it's semi-hollow because there's a chunk of wood going down this way. Again, we have a really fine action on this, and this is a really nice guitar. This is like a 1970, I think it's a 1980, sorry, 70s, about a 1980 Gibson ES335, okay? So if you want to take a look at that, see this is thinner too, but it's semi-hollow. Remember, it's acoustic in here, okay? And the acoustic guitars have a round hole on them. So you're not amplifying the acoustic guitar. Or you really don't have to. A lot of acoustic guitars do come with amplification, and you can hook up a pickup to it if you don't have pickups, which send the sound to a chord through the amplifier. So mainly when you're playing the guitar though, we want to get a good feel. We want to sit down and be able to feel comfortable with it. And that's important, being able to hold the instrument. One of the reasons why I favor electric guitars. Again, I think they're easier to hold, they're better balanced, and they're much easier on people's fingertips, okay? Again, the action is lower. So this is a semi-hollow. I will say that this one is a little more difficult to hold than some of the others. It's very big. But if you get some devices like we have here, and even a strap, you might be able to feel comfortable with this, okay? So if we take a look over here, I have another version of a hollow body, but this is a Gibson 175. Okay? The Gibson 175, to me, is a very, very comfortable guitar to hold. Okay? The reason being, it's balanced so well, and the neck isn't that long. This is important for a beginner. If you're playing the guitar, you want to sit straight up, and you want to just pick your hand up and go for the first position here. Over here, this would be the first fret and first position, and see if you feel a lot of stress. Now, being a beginner, you might feel some, but you're going to feel more on other guitars if you're way out here. So again, we want guitars, we want to just sit down with a guitar and get a feel. Okay? You're a novice, you're going out trying guitars, so you have to just sit down and feel what's right for you. And does it feel balanced? Is the guitar being held by your body? In other words, 3 points, here, here, and maybe here. You don't want your hand, okay, to be holding the guitar up. You don't want to go like this. I see a lot of that, people gripping the guitar because they're trying to hold it up as they play. And one of the reasons they do that is they're down like this. So this is not a good way to hold a guitar, in my view. You can't get around on the neck, you're putting a lot of tension on your hands. You might be able to get some of the higher strings, these would be your higher strings, your first string here. You try getting on that 6th string, you're putting a lot of tension on your shoulders and neck, okay? So there's a variety of shapes and sizes. We could talk about this guitar over here. The other thing is, again, people's bodies and people's shapes, right? Now, if you are a younger kid, let's say less than 5 feet, you might want to try a guitar such as this, a mini Strat. We have a mini Strat here, and these are great because they allow very small kids to play. The neck's very small, the strings are small. This is a 3/4 size electric guitar. And it's a smaller version of, I have a guitar back there, of a Stratocaster. That's the fuller version. And when you get better and you get older, okay, if you're a kid, you can work on getting maybe a Defender Strat over there. So this is appropriate for a young kid. And again, I know a lot of kids want to, or their parents do, want them to have acoustic guitars, maybe because of the cost, but you can buy a better electric guitar at a cheaper price than you can an acoustic. An acoustic guitar, the smaller acoustic guitars, are not going to have the playability as a smaller electric. So this is a great guitar, something comparable to it. That type of shape and size is great for a younger person, under 5 feet or so. Okay? Now, when you're going out and you're trying different guitars, one of the best things you could do is just pick up a guitar. And you want to pick up a guitar and play through the frets. So get a good idea. These are the frets on the guitar. Here. See these silver bars running this way? You want to play close to the fret itself. Not on top of it, because we'll get a buzz. Not in the middle. Close to it. Okay? So just behind it. And when you're trying a guitar, you sit down. You want to get a good feel with it. Hold it upright, like this. Okay? Get some devices, footstools, such as that, like that. Okay? And play. See if you're getting any buzz or any dead spots. Now you have to be able to judge that, and you most likely don't have the ear yet. You also can get a buzz if you play too hard, especially on the thicker strings. So I would recommend just using your thumb, don't use a pick, and play through this. Ask the store that you're buying or the person if they can get you a setup on the guitar. Nice and easy like that on each fret and on each string. See how we have no dead spots or no buzzing? Now, there's some reasons why you might get buzzing. The neck could be out. This is the neck of the guitar. Okay, we have a fretboard. I'm not going to talk about every single thing about the guitar, but this is the neck of the guitar. Now, if you look down the neck of the guitar like this, look down the neck, it can be warped like this, or it can be like this. So the neck, because it's wood, goes like this, in and out. And during a setup, a guitar tech can do a setup and straighten the neck out and the action for you. There's a truss rod. Most guitars have a truss rod in here, running down the middle of the neck. It's like a bridge, okay? They have truss rods. And by the way, there's a bridge on this guitar too. They call it a bridge. But that runs down the middle of the guitar neck, and it straightens the neck out. Again, because it's wood and it'll warp and it'll go in and out. And acoustic guitars have this as well. Okay? So my suggestion would bring a friend with you that knows how to play, or relative, or go over their house if they have some guitars and try them there. Then go over to a store and bring your friend. Now, try to make sure that the guitar is in tune. And obviously, if you're a novice getting a guitar, you don't know how to tune it. But ask the store people, is the guitar up to pitch and it is in tune? That's important because you're going to get a different tension and different sounds if it's not. So you want to hear the guitar in tune. Although you're not playing anything of any significance yet, you will be, and you want to have a good feel on the guitar and hear what it sounds like in tune and feel the appropriate tension. Okay? So there's all kinds of different things. When you're playing, again, your buzzing can be, this is a nut piece here, that can be out. Okay? There's things on the bridge here that can may need adjusting. The intonation, that has to do with the tuning, may need adjusting as well. So make sure there's no buzzes and dead spots. Now, when you're playing, you want to sit down and try various guitars. Don't just pick one for the color. Take your time, go through the whole store, and what I would do is I would read up on many parts of the guitar. I'm giving you enough to go out and purchase a guitar, but it's good. I think it's your responsibility to look up, what a bridge is, what the pickups do. Okay? On an electric guitar, the pickups, for example, they send the sound of the strings, okay, here, in through the cord to the amplifier. So they pick up the sound. But all guitars have different models and makes, all different models and makes, have a different way of, selector switches. Here's your selector switches. Some are here, some are down here. Tone and volume controls, so you can get a little bit different tone on them. So when you're ready, it's a good idea to take a friend and go out and look for a guitar. Next I will talk about, in the next lesson, I'll talk a little bit more about acoustic guitars. So I hope this video helped you out, and all of this about holding the guitar correctly, okay, and getting a good feel with it will come into play when we do our next lesson, and that will be more on how to hold the guitar in technique. So get a guitar that you feel comfortable with, make sure your hands can get around on it, and you're not looking over it, and you have plenty of devices here. This is called, the one I had before, this is called a Bayonet. This is great because it allows you, and this is a footstool down here. So I have a classical footstool, and it allows, you can use combinations, you can use a strap. I don't have a strap right now because I think I want people to be able to hold the guitar freely without using a strap first. So use a strap as a secondary thing. And the guitar was originally designed for sitting down too. So I wouldn't recommend standing up and playing right away if you're a novice. You can do all that later when you get in the band and you get better, or you just jam with your friends. But if you take a look, these things can aid you holding the guitar. There are different ways to hold the guitar. Some people just are not comfortable holding like this, but remember what I said. You're going to create a lot of stress. This allows me to access the fretboard holding it like this. The balance of the guitar is this way. It's not going anywhere. My hands are free. So whether you're picking, and I do use a pick, I just don't have one now, okay? Whether you're picking or you're playing fingerstyle, your hands need to be free. But remember this, okay? My arm's not extended way out here. So remember this. I can reach this. I don't feel too stressed. My fingers can get around on the guitar, okay? We don't want to be palming the neck. And that comes, palming the neck, comes from people holding the guitar like this, because they're trying to hold the guitar up as they play. So we want a good, comfortable guitar for you. And everyone's different, and you have to go out and try a variety of things. As far as packages on the guitar, you can ask the store. Fender, the company Fender, has something they call a Strat Pack, which they have they send a guitar out like this behind me, and I'll take a look at that. And I recommend these guitars a lot. Like I looked at the Mini Strat before, okay? Because I think these guitars are excellent for beginners. They're very well balanced. They're very well constructed for the price, and you can get it with an amp and a whole bunch of other accessories. So I like these guitars. Okay, they're a little bit twangier. I don't have it plugged in, but they're a little more twangy than some of the other guitars. These particular guitars are expensive. The ES335 and the Gibson ES175, and so is that a solid body back there, that Ed Clark, plug-in Ed Clark over here, that Ed Clark solid body. But you can get a package, I would say, and spend more money on the guitar. But Fender makes a package, and if you went in with like $350, $400 and bought, you would come out of there with a good package with a bunch of accessories. So look for that. And you could look on Craigslist, or look for your friend selling something who doesn't play anymore. You can watch those deals, but the store might give you some kind of guarantee and a free setup. Okay? So if we review electric guitars, you need to be comfortable. Okay? Try a bunch of different styles. You can play any kind of music on any guitar. I know folk tunes are better suited for the acoustic guitar, but you can still play them on the electric guitar. Okay? Take a friend with you, or a teacher. If you plan on studying with someone, pick a teacher's brain. Maybe he or she can go to the store with you. And read up on the guitars before you purchase. What's good, what's bad, look for reviews, look for different packages. Okay? Again, there's all different models and makes. Here's a selector switch on here. This is a 5-way switch. Controls all different blend of music here, or sounds. So they're good for a lot of styles. The Strat's actually a very versatile guitar. When you're ready to sit down and play, look for dead spots, play each string. I don't know if this plugged in now, but you get the idea. So if you're going to buy a guitar, again, you want to be happy with that guitar. So go try a whole bunch of guitars. And when you're ready, come back and I'll get more into why you should hold the guitar a certain way, picking the guitar. I will teach you with a pick if you want. You can learn fingerstyle and all that. So this is the first of a whole series of lessons. And I thank you and have a happy New Year. Today's New Year's. Thank you. Goodbye.